Behind the polished, immaculate, and carefully curated image of the British monarchy, reports suggest a very different, far more turbulent story may be unfolding behind closed doors. For generations, marrying into the royal family was widely viewed by the public as stepping into a life of extraordinary privilege, timeless prestige, and absolute financial and personal security. Yet, according to seasoned royal commentators and palace insiders, the stark reality for modern royals is changing at a dramatic, almost dizzying pace. Long-standing societal expectations are shifting rapidly, public scrutiny is sharper and more invasive than ever before in history, and the traditional advantages once automatically associated with royal connections appear to be rapidly evolving into complex liabilities. For Princess Beatrice and her husband, the wealthy property tycoon Edoardo Mozzi, recent reports have fueled a growing wave of intense speculation that they are currently navigating one of the most challenging, emotionally draining, and volatile periods of their marriage under an increasingly harsh public spotlight. From the outside, they have consistently appeared to be one of the royal family's absolute strongest, most united, and genuinely happiest couples, frequently seen smiling together at high-profile events. But behind the beautiful headlines and glamorous photographs, royal commentators suggest that balancing a private family life, highly demanding international business careers, and constant media attention has become far more difficult than anyone in the public truly realizes. Rumors have officially reached a dramatic boiling point within their social circles, with insiders whispering that Beatrice has been left in tears, sobbing with close friends on a regular basis as she struggles to manage the mounting pressure. Meanwhile, her husband, who has often carried a historical reputation for enjoying the elite global social scene, has been spotted mixing with controversial high-profile figures in ultra-expensive venues abroad, seemingly far removed from the domestic realities back home in the United Kingdom. What is really happening behind the ancient stone walls of the palace? The answer might be hidden in a widely discussed luxury trip to the south of France that has recently sparked an absolute media firestorm across British newspapers. The stark contrast between Princess Beatrice's daily life in Britain and Edoardo's demanding international work schedule has become a major, non-stop topic of discussion among royal experts and analysts. While Beatrice has often been seen attending traditional family events, supporting her relatives, and focusing heavily on life with their young children within the UK, Edoardo's luxury property development business frequently takes him overseas to major global financial hubs. As the multimillionaire founder of a high-end international real estate company, his daily work regularly requires extensive, long-distance travel to booming markets in cities like Miami, New York, and Los Angeles to court ultra-wealthy investors and oversee sprawling construction projects. This year, media speculation suggests he has spent extended, unprecedented periods outside the United Kingdom, leaving his family behind to manage these massive international developments. While his fierce supporters firmly argue that these long trips are simply a standard professional necessity for running a highly successful global enterprise at that elite level, others believe that such prolonged absences inevitably place an immense, exhausting, and unfair pressure on a young family life. In the high-stakes, hyper-analyzed world of the royalty, even the slightest shift in a couple's routine or a temporary drop in public appearances together can trigger immediate alarm bells. But the growing speculation turned into outright public panic when the prominent British broadcaster Piers Morgan uploaded a series of candid photos to Instagram. The images shockingly showed Edoardo partying hard in Saint-Tropez, enjoying a lavish, sunny lunch at Club 55, widely known as the French Riviera's most expensive, elite, and exclusive beachfront daytime restaurant. He was pictured laughing and enjoying the high life, surrounded by international high society, wealthy business leaders, and glamorous young women. For a couple that had once been widely praised for their total, unbreakable unity through thick and thin, the striking visual of Edoardo living it up in a billionaire playground while Beatrice remained in England under the heavy, stressful cloud of ongoing York family controversies raised serious questions. It became an instant talking point online, leaving observers to wonder whether this was just standard corporate networking, or if it reflected a changing, fracturing dynamic deep within the marriage itself. As global public interest intensified to a fever pitch, the conversation shifted away from the holiday itself and landed directly toward Edoardo's rare, highly unusual public response. Reports indicate that those close to the businessman sought to aggressively clarify the situation, releasing a straightforward explanation to the media. His frequent trips were purely the result of managing an expanding international property empire, not evidence of deep-seated problems within his marriage. They argued that high-stakes client meetings, luxury networking, and overseeing developments abroad are completely unavoidable parts of operating at the absolute top of the real estate sector. However, not everyone accepted this neat defense so easily. Critics and seasoned royal commentators began questioning whether the sheer amount of time he spent overseas was far greater than what would normally be expected, even for a high-flying international CEO. Some inner-circle observers even raised eyebrows regarding a 3-week trip to the United States Eduardo took with a female colleague earlier in the year, a move that allegedly caused considerable friction and whispered gossip in their immediate social circle. Rather than silencing the critics, the public defense accidentally drew even more attention to just how independent and separate their daily schedules had actually become over the months. It seemed that every single business trip, family gathering, and holiday was now being analyzed under a massive microscope for clues about a potential rift. Amidst these raging headlines and non-stop public debate, everyone waited anxiously to see how Princess Beatrice would react to the global noise. The definitive answer came during a scorching summer heatwave in London, and it was a moment that spoke volumes to royal watchers. Princess Beatrice stepped out for a public appearance that quickly became one of the most closely watched and heavily photographed royal moments of the season. She was captured by paparazzi walking through the busy city streets completely alone, without her husband, family members, or any visible royal security detail by her side. Dressed in a simple, practical summer outfit and carrying her own bag, she opted for an understated, casual style that stood in stark, blinding contrast to the opulence, flowing champagne, and elite glamour of her husband's lifestyle in Saint-Tropez. While some royal experts cautioned the public against reading too much into a single solo outing, pointing out that public figures frequently run ordinary errands without their spouses due to basic scheduling conflicts, others saw it as a deeply calculated display of personal confidence, independence, and quiet resilience. Despite the heavy, aggressive presence of photographers surrounding her, Beatrice appeared entirely calm, focused, and composed, refusing to avoid the cameras or give any emotional validation to the rumors by running away. Her immediate inner circle maintains that she is simply navigating the ordinary challenges of a modern marriage, which are unfortunately magnified 1,000 times by extraordinary public interest. Whether these recent headlines reflect genuine, heartbreaking difficulties or are simply the unavoidable, harsh realities of a life lived in the media spotlight remains known only to the couple themselves. One thing is absolutely certain: what once appeared to be a flawless, modern royal success story is now facing its most public and painful test yet, ensuring that the world will be watching every single move they make next. Despite the heavy, aggressive presence of photographers surrounding her, Beatrice appeared entirely calm, focused, and composed, refusing to avoid the cameras or give any emotional validation to the rumors by running away. Her immediate inner circle maintains that she is simply navigating the ordinary challenges of a modern marriage, which are unfortunately magnified 1,000 times by extraordinary public interest. Whether these recent headlines reflect genuine, heartbreaking difficulties or are simply the unavoidable, harsh realities of a life lived in the media spotlight remains known only to the couple themselves. One thing is absolutely certain: what once appeared to be a flawless, modern royal success story is now facing its most public and painful test yet, ensuring that the world will be watching every single move they make next.